Okay, now we're actually going to get into section 7.5 where we look at some examples. So we're going to simplify and evaluate expressions using the properties, and then we'll look at solving equations that use the properties as well. I'm going to skip over here. These are the problems that we're going to look at. So up at the top of your screen, I put both properties that we're going to use in this example. I've got the product rule on the left, that's this one, and then I've got the quotient rule on the right, which is that one. We're going to use those to help us solve these two problems down here at the bottom. So we're going to look at log base 4 of 50 and log base 4 of 2/5. We'll take each one separately. Notice in the instructions it says log base 4 of 2 is a half, log base 4 of 3 is approximately something, and same with log base 4 of 5. But it says nothing about log base 4 of 50 up there. So we're going to have to rewrite log base 4 of 50 some other way. I could use all three of these. I could use a combination of them. I may only need to use one of them. Whatever we need to figure out how do I get 50 into a different, how can I rewrite 50 differently? And when I look at this enough, I'm going to say 5 times 5 times 2 is the same thing as 50. You just got to play around with it so you can figure out, oh, how do I get 50 out of these three numbers? So I can rewrite then log base 4 of 50 to be the same thing as log base 4 of 2 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25, times another 2, that's 50. And now you can start to see that, oh, yeah, I've actually got a 2 involved and the 5 involved. And this is where your property comes into play. Notice what it says. Multiplication can be split into multiple logs using addition. So I'm going to take log base 4 of 2 times 5 times 5, and I'm going to split it up. And what that's going to look like now is log base 4 of 2 plus log base 4 of 5 plus log base 4 of 5 again. And now I've got them split up. Here's the best part. Log base 4 of 2, they told me was a half. So I'm going to substitute that in. 0.5 plus log base 4 of 5, they told me was approximately 1.161. 1.1610 plus, and I had a second one, log base 4 of 5, so we're going to say 1.1610 again. Now it becomes simple basic addition. You can grab your calculator, figure out what that is. 0.5 plus 1.160 plus 1.16. Oops, I did that wrong. Let's try this again. 0.5 plus 1.610 plus, oh man, I did it wrong again. 0.5 plus 1.1610 plus 1.1610. There we go. Gets me a value of 2.822 as my value. And that's all there is to it. The second one, log base 4 of 2/5. Initially looking at this one looks like it uses division. So if I see division right off from the start, that probably means I'm going to need this property over here. And what it says is if I have division, I'm now going to separate it with 2 logs and subtraction. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just separate it right away. Log base 4 of 2/5, log base 4 of 2/5 is the same thing as log base 4 of 2 minus log base 4 of 5. And we saw earlier that we actually have those values. Log base 4 of 2 we said was a half, and log base 4 of 5 was approximately 1.1610. So now we're just going to substitute those in. 0.5 minus 1.1610. And then I can subtract them. 0.5 minus 1.1610 gets us approximately, it's going to be a negative number, 0.661. And there's your value.